Yo, what's up? Welcome to the most detailed tier list video of 2026. We're going to break down every single brawler and rank them one by one. If you're ready, let's dive in. Without wasting any time, we're kicking off the list with the common and rare brawlers everyone knows well. Starting off with the icon of Brawl Stars, Shelly. She's still a tank shredder at close range with her super, but struggles against snipers on open maps. Currently, a solid B tier choice. Nita and her loyal bear Bruce are masters of area control. Placing Bruce correctly forces enemies to waste their ammo. She deserves I tier for her consistency. Colt is a pure skill brawler. If you land all your shots, you have one of the highest damage outputs in the game. His wall-breaking capability is strategically invaluable. Definitely A tier. Bull is the ultimate bush camper and a nightmare for squishy brawlers. While he's still a beast in Heist, he's a sitting duck in open areas. He sits in C tier. Brock dominates the map with his long-range rockets. His splash damage can even hit enemies hiding around corners. A solid B tier thanks to his wall-breaking power. El Primo is a massive frontline wall with his huge health pool. However, he takes too much damage before reaching enemies and is easily kited. Sadly, a C tier in the current meta. Barley is a thrower who slowly melts enemies from behind walls. The lingering area damage from his bottles is perfect for guarding strategic spots. A good B tier for area control. Poco is the #1 choice for keeping teammates alive. His wide attack spread allows him to hit multiple enemies and charge his super fast. Always an A tier in the support role. Rosa is one of the tankiest brawlers thanks to her shield. On bushy maps, her star power makes her almost immortal by constantly regenerating health. B tier in the current balance. That's it for the common and rare brawlers. Who is your favorite in this class? Share your thoughts in the comments right now. Next up, we have the super rares keeping the momentum going. The slowest brawler in the game, but a total damage powerhouse. His damage booster boosts not just his own, but the entire team's power. An essential B tier, especially in Heist. Carl is a hybrid of a tank and a sniper whose pickaxe deals damage both ways. Versatile B tier. Daryl's auto-charging super makes him a dangerous assassin tank. His ability to roll over water gives him a strategic edge. Sadly, a C tier. Raining explosives from behind walls, Dynamic is a constant threat with high damage potential. A solid A tier in skilled hands. Gus is an excellent support brawler who protects his team with shields. He can also deal surprising damage by popping his spirits at the right time. A strategic B tier. Jackie is unique with her no-aim attack and through-wall damage. However, closing the distance is her biggest struggle. Sadly, a D tier in the current open map meta. Jessie is a nightmare for grouped teams thanks to her bouncing orbs. Her turret, Scrappy, can hold down a lane on its own when placed well. A strong A tier. Penny's gold bags deal massive splash damage to enemies standing behind the primary target. Her cannon forces opponents to keep moving. Currently, a C tier pick. Playing Rico is like doing math. By bouncing bullets off walls, you can hit enemies from angles where they can't even see you. Definitely an A tier on walled maps. The most annoying brawler to face. He can deny entire sections of the map with his mines. Always an A tier in area control. Super rare brawlers are all locked in. Do you think they are in the right tiers? Let me know in the comments. Our next stop is the biggest group in the game, the epic brawlers. Angelo is an incredible sniper who can hover over water and increase his damage by holding his shot. Definitely S tier. With his rage mechanic, Ash turns into a monster that gets faster as he takes damage. A strategic B tier. Bea can melt tanks in seconds with her supercharged shot, earned after a hit. A strong A tier. Belle's shots bounce between enemies, forcing them to stay apart. Definitely A tier. Barry is one of the strongest supports in the meta right now with his ice cream that both heals and deals damage. A clear S tier. BB is very effective at area control with her knockback attack. Currently, a B tier. Bo is a master at closing off key points of the map with his mines. A solid B tier. She deals long-range damage with her cannon Clyde, but turns into an assassin when she launches out. A versatile B tier. Colette deals damage based on her enemy's maximum health. S tier in Heist, a tier overall. The king of lower trophies, Edgar can suddenly leap onto enemies with his super. Strategically, a B tier. MZ wrecks enemies at mid-range with her hairspray. A strong A tier in area control. The reworked Frank attacks faster as his health drops, turning into a tanky monster. He sits in C tier. Gale is the perfect pick to stop tanky brawlers. A solid A tier in the meta. Griff has high damage potential at both close and mid-range with his coins. A reliable B tier. Grom is a siege expert with his bombs that split in 4 directions over walls. Currently, C tier in the meta. Hank can deal damage through walls with his balloon, but his attack is too predictable. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. The twins are still among the most annoying and powerful characters in the game. Definitely S tier. Lola is a star who can double her damage with her ego. A solid A tier in the meta. Maisie has hard to hit but high impact shots. Very strong in the right hands, but generally B tier. Mandy can hit enemies across the map with her incredible range gained by standing still. Definitely a tier. Meeple is a very strategic brawler who distracts enemies with minion control on the battlefield. Sadly, a C tier. Nani is a staple of professional play with her high damage and her super peep. A clear S tier. Pam is a motherly brawler who can both tank and heal her team. Sadly, a C tier in the current meta. Pearl, whose damage fluctuates with her heat mechanic, is unstoppable when she bursts at the right time. He sits in C tier. The absolute queen of snipers. Her long-range damage can delete enemies in one shot. Undisputed S tier. Sam is an aggressive tank who gains speed by throwing and retrieving his knucklebusters. Sadly, a C tier. Shade has brought a whole new dimension to the assassin class with his ability to pass through walls. One of the most dangerous S tier brawlers in the meta. Stu dances around enemies with a super that charges with a single hit. A tier in skilled hands. Trunk is the new master of the front lines with his durability and ability to halt enemies. A clear S tier. And that wraps up the epic brawlers. Do you agree with the rankings? Let's discuss in the comments. Next up, the massive mythic roster is taking things to the next level. Ali is very effective in the lane control with her speed-stealing mechanic. A clear S tier. Buster is a true tank who protects his team with his shield. He sits in C tier. Buzz is a dangerous assassin who latches onto enemies and stuns them. An aggressive A tier. Byron, who both heals and poisons, is a strategic support brawler. A balanced B tier in the meta. Charlie creates a numbers advantage for her team by trapping enemies in cocoons. Definitely S tier. The undisputed king of Heist. He deals massive damage to the safe by dashing between his posts. He sits in C tier. Clancy evolves as he hits enemies, reaching unstoppable power in his final stage. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. Damien is a tactician who limits enemy vision with shadow manipulation. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. Doug is a tank who heals with hot dogs and provides a resurrection ability. Sadly, a D tier in the current open map meta. With her ability to stay over water, Eve is untouchable on certain maps. Sadly, a C tier in the current meta. Fong is a combo master who chains enemies together with his flying kicks. A strong A tier. Finks is a new-gen protector who absorbs enemy bullets and reflects them back. A strong A tier. He can change the fate of a match in seconds with his magic hand. Always an A tier in support. Gigi is a controller who confuses enemies with her fashion sense. A fun and effective B tier. Glowy illuminates the map with light effects to reveal enemy positions. Team-focused B tier. Gray can transport his entire team across the map with his portals. A fun and effective B tier. Janet makes it impossible for enemies to reach her while raining bombs from the sky. A balanced B tier. Juju, controller of elements, changes her attack type based on the terrain. A versatile A tier. Lily is an assassin who uproots enemies with floral powers. A strong A tier. Lou, who leaves enemies helpless by freezing them, is the master of Hot Zone. A balanced B tier. Lumi is an elegant controller who slows enemies with crystal attacks. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. Max is an energy burst who sets the pace of the game with her speed. Definitely S tier. Melody is unstoppable with her orbiting notes and incredible mobility. And S tier at the top of the meta. Miko, who avoids damage with his jumping mechanic, is one of the most annoying members of the assassin class. Sadly, a C tier in the current meta. Mina is an explosives expert who makes the map a nightmare for enemies. And S tier at the top of the meta. Mo is a rat who stuns enemies by attacking from underground with his drill. Very powerful right now, S tier. Mortis is a legend in the right hands, but a total void in the wrong ones. A strategic A tier. A ranged brawler who keeps enemies busy with his penguin porters. C tier in the current meta. Najia is a mystic who can reposition enemies with sandstorms. A strategic A tier. Ollie is a speed enthusiast gliding through the map on his skateboard. A dynamic B tier. Otis prevents enemies from using their abilities with his silence mechanic. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. RT provides a huge advantage to his team by increasing the damage taken by marked enemies. He sits in C tier. Ruffs permanently increases his teammates' health and damage with the supply drops. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. Sprout is one of the rare characters who can manipulate the map by building walls. He sits in C tier. Squeak denies areas and constantly annoys enemies with his sticky bombs. Currently C tier in the meta. Star Nova is a powerhouse who creates black holes on the map with cosmic energy. Undisputed S tier. Tara is a nightmare for enemies with her cards and shadow clones. A strategic B tier. Willow can control enemy mines and use them against their own team. Sadly, at the bottom in D tier. Ziggy deals massive damage by arching electricity between enemies. Currently C tier in the meta. We've reached the end of the mythics. Which one is your favorite? Don't forget to drop it in the comments. And now, it's time for the heavy hitters, the legendary Brawlers. Amber is a control queen who restricts enemy movement by setting the map on fire. Her continuous damage prevents enemies from regenerating health. A strategic A tier. Chester is the most unpredictable brawler with 5 different supers. The fact that the enemy doesn't know what's coming is your biggest advantage. B tier due to being fun but RNG reliant. Cordelius isolates enemies from their team by trapping them in the Shadow Realm. One of the strongest 1v1 fighters in the meta. Definitely S tier. Crow melts enemies slowly with his poison daggers and is a nightmare for heal-focused teams. A control-oriented A tier. Draco is the new master of the front lines. with the damage resistance and high output he gains while mounted. A clear S tier. Kenji is a speedmaster who glides through projectiles with samurai agility. His lifesteal mechanic makes him unstoppable. A strategic A tier. Kit is a versatile cat that can be played as both an assassin and a support. A versatile A tier. With his invisibility cloak, Leon remains one of the most dangerous assassins in the game. Undisputed S tier. The reworked Meg has transformed into a massive tank, dominating the map with her mecha. Even if her mecha is destroyed, she continues the fight in human form. Currently C tier in the meta. Pierce is a next-gen sniper whose shots pass through enemies and obstacles. A strong A tier against defensive teams. Sandy, who hides his team with a sandstorm, is a staple of control maps. However, he's slightly fallen behind in the current damage meta. A strategic B tier. One of the most balanced and powerful characters in Brawl Stars. His spike grenade is dangerous at any range. Always S tier. Surge, who becomes a god as he levels up, can carry a match solo when used correctly. A strong A tier. Reaching the peak with the Ultra Legendaries, Kazak glides through the map using the power of the wind. His movement speed makes it nearly impossible for enemies to land a shot. This is perfect for capturing strategic points early in the match. An undisputed S+ tier. And the 102nd name on the list, Sirius, who blinds enemies with his brilliance. His cosmic energy blast mark every hit opponent, causing the next shot to deal increased damage. A true playmaker, S+ tier. We've finished the most detailed 102 Brawler tier list of 2026, and every single character is in its place. So, who do you think is in the wrong tier? What are your thoughts on the ones I threw into C and D tiers? Let me know in the comments. Let's fight it out there. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Peace out.